And moving on, India and the United States signed an agreement governing the use of each other's land, air and naval bases for repair and resupply. The agreement will make the logistics of joint operations much easier and also more efficient. The agreement will also allow Indian and US navies to have an easier time supporting each other in joint operations and also exercises when providing humanitarian assistance.
After the Narendra Modi government took office at the centre, Indo-US relations have constantly been touching new heights. Scripting a new chapter in the history of Indo-US ties, the two countries have signed a key agreement, making them closer logistics partners in the defence sector. Both armies will be using each other's assets and military bases now. Both countries acknowledge that the agreement is very important for Indo-US military ties.
Doesn't have anything to do with the setting up of base. It's basically logistic support to each other's fleet, like supply of fuel, supply of many other things which are required for joint operations, humanitarian assistance, and many other relief operations.
It will allow the United States and India to cooperate, which, speaking from the U.S. point of view, in a way that we do only with our closest and most long-standing allies.
The agreement that the US has signed with India is signed only with its closest allies. The joint statement issued after the signing ceremony stated that it will provide cooperation in trade and new and cutting-edge technology. Under the Logistics Exchange Memorandum of Agreement, the two countries will share ground forces and bases and air and naval bases for repairs and other activities. The agreement follows more than a decade of discussions between the two countries. Both leaders said the agreement is not to establish a military base. It is mainly for providing logistical support to each other's fleets, including supply of fuel or joint operations for humanitarian assistance and relief operations. This means that both countries will share fuel, water and food for each other's fleets. This agreement will ensure that navies of both countries will assist each other in joint operations and exercises. The two defense ministers discussed the issue of terrorism in detail. Appreciating the US cooperation in countering terrorism, Defense Minister Manohar Parrikar said, counter-terrorism is an important common goal. Both countries resolved to continue cooperation in combating terrorism.
Doesn't have anything to do with the setting up of base. It's basically logistic support to each other's fleet, like supply of fuel, supply of many other things which are required for joint operations, humanitarian assistance, and many other relief operations.
The agreement has made it clear that the two countries are moving towards a new era of military relations. This is the sixth meeting between the defense ministers of both the countries. US Defense Secretary Ashton Carter admitted that he had not spent the same amount of time with any other defense minister in the world. He said the partnership of the two countries has been dubbed as the defining partnership of the 21st century. The basis of the agreement is Prime Minister Narendra Modi's last tour of the United States when the US had declared India as a major defense ally, implying a higher level of strategic and technical cooperation, equating it with the cooperation of its closest and oldest allies. During the PM's last visit, US had decided to build 6 nuclear plants in India and pledged to walk the extra mile in getting India full membership of the NSG. It was with US support that India became a full member of the Missile Technology Control Regime. The relationship has been greatly strengthened by Prime Minister Modi's clear direction, which has come to be known as the Modi Doctrine, through which policy paralysis and dithering has been overcome. Newsnight Desk, DD News.